Liverpool may have just found the perfect player for life after Mohamed Salah.
There's the header into Barcola, and there's the only goal!
The whole footballing world knows about Mohamed Salah, and he's gone now, and someone needs to come in and be the star of Liverpool.
And the scary part is, Bradley Barcola isn't trying to be Salah.
Not necessarily Mo Salah and Sadio Mane, but this generation's version of that.
He's something completely different.
Hakimi into Barcola, 2-0!
At 23 years old, Barcola has already won back-to-back Champions League titles with PSG. He's 6'2", lightning fast over long distances, devastating in one-on-one situations, and can finish with either foot. Give him open grass and defenders are already beaten. But that's only half the story. This isn't just another flashy winger joining the Premier League. Under Andoni Iraola, Liverpool are building an attack designed to create chaos, and Barcola might be the most dangerous piece of the entire puzzle.
I think this could be a player that could explode under Iraola.
By the end of this video, you'll understand why this transfer isn't just bad news for the rest of the Premier League. It's a nightmare for every defender in England. Liverpool's attack got slow last season. Not bad, not broken, just slow.
How many times did we see last season where Liverpool had so many transition opportunities and it just fails? It's literally done.
Oh, because their front line was so slow.
Salah lost a step, and everyone saw it happen in real time. Cody Gakpo was never built for out-and-out speed to begin with. He's more of a technician than a sprinter. And Rio Ngumaha, as much promise as he's shown, is still a teenager figuring out the Premier League week by week. Put those three names together, and you get an attack that struggled to hurt teams in behind, especially against sides that sat deep and dared Liverpool to break them down. Barcola solves that problem physically before he even solves it tactically.
Barcola has that blend of being equally in the 1% of physical wingers as well as in the 1% of technical players.
He's 6'2", built more like a wide receiver than a traditional winger, and he's genuinely one of the fastest players in Europe once he's covering ground in open space. Not just quick for a winger, quick, full stop.
What I do think he has is elite speed. And like when I say elite speed, I mean in European football, there's not that many players faster than Bradley Barcola, full stop.
His go-to move is what people call the knock and run. And it's simple once you break it down. He takes one touch to push the ball past the defender, and by the time that defender turns their hips to chase, Barcola's already gone. No stepovers, no hesitation, just speed doing the work. The numbers back this up too. Last season, Barcola had the highest rate of received through balls among wide players anywhere in Europe's top 5 leagues. That means his teammates trust him to make the run, and he trusts himself to get there first, every single time. You saw it at the World Cup. In the third-place playoff against England, Mbappe slid a through ball in behind the England back line, and Barcola was already gone before most defenders had turned their hips. He ran onto it in full stride, took one touch to set himself, and finished it clean under pressure with defenders closing fast.
Barcola, great chance! They've got two!
That's not just speed, that's a teammate putting the ball into space because he knows Barcola gets there. And Barcola showing up when it actually matters on the biggest stage in football. And it's not just about speed once he's running. He's strong enough to hold off a fullback before he even hits top gear, which means defenders can't just muscle him off the ball early and end the threat before it starts. He has to be beaten twice, once physically, then again on pure pace. None of this matters though if it doesn't fit how Liverpool actually want to play under their new manager. So, the real question becomes, what does Iraola need from his wingers, and does Barcola actually check those boxes? That question is exactly where this gets interesting, because Iraola didn't just want any fast winger, he wanted this one specifically.
Iraola spoke with Bradley Barcola and sold him yet again on the project at Liverpool that Barcola himself now has spoken to a number of people at Liverpool.
Iraola's whole approach in possession leans on wingers pinned high and wide, isolated one-on-one against a fullback with no help coming. It's the same shape PSG ran under Luis Enrique for the last 2 seasons, which means Barcola isn't walking into something foreign, he's walking into something familiar, just with a different badge on the shirt.
Iraola's 3-2-5 in possession pins a high and wide winger, just like PSG kind of plays. And that is Bradley Barcola.
And that shape suits him, because he doesn't need a tight space to work in. Some wingers need 3 defenders around them, so they can shift the ball, drop the shoulder, do something clever. Barcola doesn't operate like that. Give him a fullback on an island with grass in front of him, and he beats his man once. Then it's over. No second attempt needed. The pressing side of his game gets overlooked, but it matters just as much to Iraola.
He's someone who played in an intense pressing system at PSG. He ranks quite highly for possessions won in the final third. Last season in Ligue 1, I think it was around top in that statistic.
Barcola makes curved runs when he presses, not straight lines. That sounds like a small detail, but it's the difference between chasing the game and controlling it. A straight run lets the defender pick a pass either way. A curved run cuts off one side completely and forces the ball where you want it to go. Barcola learned this over 2 years inside PSG's high press, and it transfers straight into what Iraola demands from his front line without any adjustment period.
Barcola, because he's got that speed, he's got those long legs, those curved pressing runs he makes for PSG are crucial. And again, that is a very important part of Andoni Iraola's side.
Now, the part people love to bring up, his finishing.
My biggest worry with Bradley Barcola is the finishing. I think he's one of the most inconsistent finishers in the wide position.
Yes, he's missed chances he probably should have scored. The Arsenal final in the Champions League is the example everyone points to, where he had PSG's game basically wrapped up and the finish just didn't come off. That moment is real, and it's fair to bring up. But look at what actually happens when the ball's on his foot in a shooting position.
He's not the greatest of finishers. He is really good at popping off shots and, getting into shooting positions, which is really, really valuable. And I think it makes Liverpool better.
His technique is clean. He can finish across the keeper off either foot, which most wingers his age still can't do consistently. He can curl one into the far corner when he's got a half yard, or he can just smash it low and hard near post if there's no time to think. That's not a player with a broken shot. That's a player who's still figuring out which finish to pick under pressure.
Barcola is 23. It's an interesting gamble on a player that I think if you were to figure that out, monster, right? Because he's not missing that much else in his game.
The numbers support that. 11 league goals last season, while sharing minutes with Khvicha Kvaratskhelia and Ousmane Dembele, 2 players who eat into anyone's game time.
I think people highlight, the misses more than the goals, and the goals number is still really impressive. He was PSG's top goal scorer last season.
And across Europe, nobody among wide players had a higher big chance involvement rate than Barcola did. He's still getting into the right spots over and over. The finishing catches up, or it doesn't, but the process is already there. At 23, that's a development curve, not some fatal flaw sitting in his game forever. And it connects to the exact reason he wants out of PSG in the first place. He's tired of being option 3 or 4 in that front line.
He can't be guaranteed football because Kvaratskhelia is there, and I think Kvaratskhelia is the best left-sided forward in the world.
He wants to be the guy teams build around, not the one who comes off the bench when Luis Enrique needs a change.
He's clearly looking to become more of a star player, have a bigger role in a very good team, and his preference is to join Liverpool.
That hunger sounds great on paper, but it only means something once you can actually picture how this plays out on a football pitch every week. Picture the front 4, Barcola out on the left, Alexander Isak through the middle, Rio Ngumaha on the right, and Florian Wirtz sitting just behind them in the number 10 spot. Each piece there unlocks the next one, and that's what makes this attack dangerous rather than just expensive. Isak drops deep to link the play, which drags centre-backs out of their comfort zone and away from the space behind them. That's exactly the space Barcola attacks. He's already shown he times that run better than almost anyone in Europe. So the second Isak pulls the defender 10 yards out of position, Barcola's gone into the gap before it even closes. Wirtz benefits from this too, just in a quieter way. Because Barcola's pace forces the fullback to sit deeper than they'd like, that opens the half space for Wirtz to receive the ball and pick a pass forward. Defenses can't push their lineup against Liverpool without giving Barcola exactly what he wants, and they can't sit off either without giving Wirtz time on the ball. There's no comfortable answer. Throw in the swap potential with Ngumaha mid-game, switching flanks depending on which fullback looks more exposed, and defenses can't settle into a rhythm for 90 minutes straight.
These two guys are going to be flip-flopping. They're going to be doing some flippeting and floppeting. So they'll, cross over. Rio on the left, Barcola on the right. It's going to be fluid.
That's the whole point of building an attack this way. It's not about one matchup. It's about giving the opponent 5 problems at once. Now, the fee. Somewhere around £100 million to £145 million sounds enormous sitting on its own. But put it next to Morgan Rogers going for almost similar money, or Elliot Anderson costing about the same.
PSG are only considering offers from 120 million plus, okay? And they value him at 170 million and are using the transfers of Rogers and Anderson as valuation yardsticks.
And neither of those two shows up with Champions League winners' medals or a regular seat in a World Cup squad. Barcola brings both.
Arguably, Barcola has produced more at a very high-end level in the Champions League, etc., etc.
This isn't Liverpool overpaying because they're desperate. It's the market doing what the market does. A 23-year-old with his trophy count and his physical profile was never going to come cheap, and pretending otherwise ignores what every other buying club in Europe is already paying for players with half his resume. None of this matters though, until he's actually wearing the shirt and delivering it week after week. Liverpool didn't try to replace Salah with one man. They spread it across Isak, across Wirtz, and now potentially across Barcola. That's the plan, whether people want to admit it or not. He isn't a gamble on some hidden potential nobody's seen yet. He's already won the biggest trophies in Europe at 23, and he did it playing alongside some of the best attackers on the planet. He's not walking into Anfield to make up the numbers. He's walking in to take over, and the rest of the league should already be worried.